Whether you operate one forklift or thousands, one location or hundreds, the new My Toyota customer portal can help you optimize your operation and material handling equipment. This one-stop, free-to-use platform is designed to help you take control of your information and make smarter decisions, all at the touch of a button. Register and access your data today at my.toyotaforklift.com. That's my.toyotaforklift.com.
Does your warehouse waste time and money managing forklift batteries? EnerSys can energize your operations with a customized solution, delivering the power you need while minimizing ownership costs. EnerSys starts by analyzing your operations and then selecting from their comprehensive range of battery and charger technologies, develops a truly optimized system tailored to your needs. EnerSys gives you the power to increase productivity and profitability. See how EnerSys puts power in motion for you at enersys.com. Businesses are retooling fulfillment operations, from warehouses to omnichannel, to meet new demand amid unprecedented labor shortages. 3PLs, retailers, B2B distributors, and others are turning to flexible fulfillment solutions like 6 River Systems to adapt and scale. 6 River Systems Fulfillment Execution System is an integrated solution that combines intelligent, cloud-based software and automation, including its autonomous mobile robot, AMR, Chuck. No costly or disruptive infrastructure changes, fast and easy associate training, and integrations with other warehouse execution solutions allow operations to meet labor challenges, increase efficiency, and enhance customer engagement. Go to www.6river.com to learn more. Go to www.6river.com to learn more.
The New Warehouse Podcast, hosted by Kevin Lawton, is your source for insights and ideas from the distribution, transportation, and logistics industry. A new episode every Monday morning brings you the latest from industry experts and thought leaders. And now, here's Kevin.
Hey, it's Kevin Lawton of the New Warehouse Podcast here at MODEX 2022 in the booth, and I am going to be joined by Jason Bratton. He is the president of ePicker, and ePicker is a material handling equipment provider. In fact, they're an elite material handling equipment provider, so it says their website. So we're going to talk to Jason about ePicker, what it is that they do, and I'm also going to talk about what makes them elite and what they're showing off here at MODEX today. So, Jason, welcome to the show. Welcome to the booth. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Definitely happy to have you on. So, ePicker, tell us a little bit about ePicker. What is it that you guys do?
So, ePicker offers a full line of material handling equipment. We sell our products through distributors across the U.S. to end users.
Okay.
We pride ourselves on being different than some of the other manufacturers are out there, understanding what the customer's needs are and making sure that our equipment applies to today's current needs and what's driving business.
Okay, all right. So you said you focus on being a little different, and I see you guys are elite too. You say on the website. So what makes you different? Obviously, there's a lot of material handling equipment providers out there, but what makes you guys different from the others, and what really brings you to that elite level?
A lot of companies out there that make material handling equipment, when they sell that equipment to the customer, that's all they care about is getting the sale.
Okay.
ePicker's a little bit different. When we understand what our customers are looking for after the sale, as far as support of the equipment, making sure it's maintained and up and running, and can be supported. We've got inventory here in the U.S. I know supply chain's a big topic right now and shortage of product, so making sure that we have the right amount of right type of equipment for our customers when they need it, I think is something that makes us different than everybody else. Plus, understanding new trends and technology, lithium technology, for example.
Right.
Making sure we have the right product to support their needs, and specializing in e-commerce type businesses. Customers are wanting their products faster delivered to them.
Right.
And so making sure that equipment is up and running and serving the need to get that product out the door to the customers in a timely manner is very important. And we feel that our products help those end users be able to fulfill those orders faster.
Okay. All right, great. And so now, I mean, I think after the sale is a big part of what you mentioned there. I mean, it's definitely a really important thing, and you do see that a lot where, like you said, they're just pushing to get the sale, and you never hear from them again, or you hear from them when they think maybe you're ready to buy something else, right? So talk to us a little bit about that relationship for ePicker with the customer, and once that the sale is in place and the equipment is brought in and is being used, how does that relationship look, and what really is kind of different about that aspect, and how do you kind of stay with the customer for the lifetime of that equipment?
Well, since we do sell through distributors, our distributors are really going to be the face to that end user customer and take care of them. But supplying them with parts when they need parts to make sure the equipment's up and running, providing them with information to service that equipment, keep it up and running as quick as possible. Right. Those are things that we help and support. We also have some telemetry type technology that allows us to connect to the equipment, run diagnostics, and see what might be wrong with it before the technician actually ever arrives to fix it.
Interesting. And so, with that technology, you're able to see things that may be going wrong with the machine from like a preventative maintenance standpoint, or see like something that is potentially about to break before it even breaks and potentially causes some type of safety issue. How does that kind of work?
So a little bit of both, right? Yeah. So certain information you want to use for preventive maintenance. How much is that equipment running, and therefore when do I need to come out and inspect it and lube, grease, change things, but also that proactive management. So if we know that certain parts that are going to last for a certain amount of time, we can monitor that and try and get those repaired before they become a breakdown item. We all know that breakdown repairs are a lot more costly, not only from the cost of repairs themselves, but the downtime associated with those breakdowns. And so any chance we can help avoid those situations is always good for the end user.
Okay. All right. Very interesting. And now you mentioned in there too about the keeping up with the latest technologies, and you mentioned lithium specifically. So talk to us a little bit about, I think this is it's an interesting topic. It's an evolving topic around lithium, and whether, switching to lithium is the right application for certain people, and should everything go to lithium? What are your thoughts on that, and, the lithium versus lead acid conversation? What do you think?
I think lithium has come a long way. If you would have asked me that question a couple of years ago, I probably would have told you that it might not be right for everybody. I think there still might be a couple applications out there, depending on the use case, that it doesn't work for. But for the majority of the customers, it's a very viable solution. And what was driving that would have been the price point before. But now that we're getting the price point to where it's easily adoptable, comparable to a lead-acid battery scenario, without all of the maintenance and upkeep that goes with lead-acid, it makes it much more viable for the masses.
With e-commerce off the charts, many small and growing warehouses are asking, how can I get ahead when my warehouse is barely keeping up? The answer is future-ready warehouse tech from Zebra Technologies. Warehouses can simplify and upgrade all processes, from automated inventory management to hands-free picking, with Zebra's tailored, scalable mobile solutions. They're simple and intuitive. There's never been a better time to upgrade for success with Zebra. How can your warehouse get ahead? The answer's in black and white. Get the answers at zebra.com/theanswer. That's zebra.com/theanswer.
Yeah, very interesting, and I think that it's, like you said, it's come a long way in a couple of years, and it's certainly something that I think people are looking at more, and there's a big conversation around it, and I think, one of the things is a little more costly is the barrier of entry, right? So how do you think that's going to evolve over time?
I think when you get more and more adoption, people are finding ways to drive down the price from a manufacturing standpoint. We have seen it, honestly, recently an uptick in price just from a raw materials costing standpoint.
Everything's going up in price now.
But still, the overall cost is coming down. And the products that we bring to market are very price competitive. They come with a warranty that allows them to stand up to anybody else that's out there. And so, now that I think we're past that early adopter stage, a lot of large corporations are taking a hard look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's an interesting transition too. I think is, obviously there's a lot of, the reduced maintenance and things on the lithium ion, which is certainly a benefit. So there's a lot of evolution there. Now, we talked about, you mentioned in there some specific kind of e-commerce targeted applications as well. So obviously, with the pandemic and everything going on, e-commerce has just exploded, right? And, it's not just exploded for a little spike or a little peak, it's exploded for the long haul, right?
It's here to stay, for sure.
Yeah. People like the convenience. They learn that it is convenient, and now they're sticking with it, right? So talk to us a little bit about, from the material handling equipment standpoint, how are maybe some pieces of equipment being tailored more to e-commerce versus like a B2B operation or like a cross-dock operation? How are we looking at the material handling equipment in a different way to be able to fit that e-commerce model?
So a couple things. First, foremost, I think that, I'll call it the Amazon effect, right? People are expecting that product when they order today to show up at their door tomorrow. Yeah. The only way that can happen is if the fulfillment centers can get that product off the shelf, packaged and shipped out same day.
Yeah.
And so historically, what would be take an order picker with a pallet, go fill up everything on that pallet, shrink wrap that pallet, and ship that pallet has now changed to more of a piece pick, right? An individual item pick.
Yeah.
And so different types of material handling equipment is better suited for that application, where the operator can quickly go grab that off the shelf, and not necessarily at the low level, but be able to go up and maximize the warehouse and the vertical space to be able to go pick a single piece, bring it back to a pack and ship station, and get it out the door the same day.
Yeah, and I think that going up higher obviously is certainly something that we're doing. And I talked to a racking company earlier today as well, and they're saying we need to go higher too to maximize space utilization. And when it comes to kind of adapting the material handling equipment to be able to go that high, I know it's typically, in my experience, at least as a warehouse manager, it's kind of a special order kind of thing to do that a couple of years ago when I got some new equipment. But, how is that being addressed today? I mean, are you seeing more material handling equipment that's just being built standard that can go up to, 30, 40 feet versus what we were seeing in the past?
We're definitely seeing equipment that can go higher.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think also, though, the narrowing of the aisles, right? So a traditional forklift that might fit in a 6 or 8 foot wide aisle is now operating in as small as a 4 foot aisle.
Right.
Much smaller footprint allows them to have more product in that warehouse and be able to get to it faster.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting point about the narrowness too as well. And obviously that takes special equipment to be skinnier and more compact to be able to fit through there. Now, what about in terms of, we look at material handling equipment, and obviously we're here at MODEX and there's tons of automation and robotics going on. So how do you feel about some forklifts getting automated and becoming operatorless, I guess, essentially? Do you think that in the long term, from a operator-driven equipment perspective, do you think that there will always be a need for an operator to be on a forklift at some point in some aspect or some application of a warehouse?
Well, we're really starting to see a change in that side of the business as well. And so a lot of the companies are coming out with autonomous type vehicles and removing the operator from the equation. And we're seeing more and more advancement on that side of the business. We've partnered with a company and are able to bring a product to market that is an autonomous pallet mover for right now.
Okay.
Moving products, manual pickup, but automation on the drop-off. And so that's saving time and money for companies. And we see that moving to more of a lifting type operation, picking off shelves, put away.
Right.
And what's nice about some of this technology is that it involves, it's safe to operate. So whether people in the warehouse with the equipment operating at the same place, that's always been a major concern for a lot of companies. And we're seeing more and more safety items take place today that allows that equipment to operate around other users and not have any concern of the safety of their people in their buildings.
Yeah, very interesting, and it's good to touch on the safety aspect as well. I mean, I think that's a huge thing, and obviously with material handling equipment, there's a lot of dangers that can happen too. So the fact that you guys are making sure that that safety aspect is there as well is a very good thing to think about. So very interesting stuff about ePicker. Now you're here at MODEX, so what are you guys showing at MODEX?
We've got one of our lithium forklifts here that we brought. We've also got our autonomous pallet mover with our partnership with Anantech. And we're launching that product this year. Really excited about it. And some really nice new technology. And so far, the show's been great. We've got a lot of foot traffic. A lot of people are coming by and sharing their interest.
Yeah, that's very good, and I think it's great to see how busy it is after 2 years of nothing, right? So
absolutely,
it's very good. So we'll definitely be by to check that out and get some pictures and videos and stuff like that, so we can share with people. But if people want to learn more about ePicker, how can they do that?
The best way is probably go to our website right now, which is ePicker.com. We've got a lot of information about our products. We've got YouTube videos of the different products, or they can always reach out to us. And we've got regional sales managers around the country that we can bring product out and demo it and show it firsthand as well.
Okay, great. And we'll put all that information at thenewwarehouse.com as well. So, Jason, thank you so much for coming by the booth and talking to me here at the show.
You've been listening to the New Warehouse Podcast with Kevin Lawton. Subscribe and check us out online at thenewwarehouse.com.
Thank you for listening to this episode. If you want more content from the New Warehouse, check out our new video series called All Hands on LinkedIn. Just search for the New Warehouse on LinkedIn and follow along.